Hey everyone, welcome back to Magic Mix Crafty Tuesday. I'm Christy Hickey, and I'm running just a few minutes behind. Had a little bit of difficulty getting online and getting things up and running. But I appreciate you being here and tuning in and watching. I've got a little craft here for you that's been around forever. I used to love doing it back in the 70s. It might even be go back further than that, but it's gold leafing. And today they have copper, rose gold, silver, and of course gold. Because of the vicinity where I am, the community where I live is a small town, so my resources for getting different colored metallics was zero. But I do have gold. Hey Kelly, thanks for joining today. Hope you're doing well and hope you have some beautiful weather. We just had a short little shower here, and the sun is shining again, and we're supposed to have some more rain later. And what better thing to do on a rainy day than crafting or painting something creative, right? There are two different types of gold leaf, and I'm just going to use the term gold leaf throughout this, but just keep in mind you can get other colors. You can get silver, rose gold, and copper, okay? There's a product out here called Mona Lisa, and this is a small bottle of glue. It will last you forever, but they also have what is called simple gold leafing. Hey Susan, thanks for joining. The simple gold leaf is all one product, and it's similar to this. Both products will look like a uh-oh, I got a sign that just popped up on my on the screen. Hold on, there we go. Anyway, both products will look like a sheet of gold, okay? This simple gold leafing by Mona Lisa, the sheet of gold is all one piece. In other words, the gold is adhered to the plastic, okay? There's good and bad, not really bad, but there's good and then there's okay about this type of product. The good thing is all your gold stays on the paper until you're ready to rub it off onto the product that you want to highlight with the gold. And I'll show you, I'll demonstrate this in just a few minutes. The other product, Real Gold Leaf, is actually a sheet of gold, and you can get it in 24 karat, okay, and some other degrees of gold. I was trying to think what they are, but I can't right now. My mind just went blank. Hey Sherry, thanks for tuning in. But the other product is a sheet of gold. And what happens when you go to put this on the piece of art or craft that you want to touch up and highlight in gold is it tears very easily. And you should wear cotton gloves because it sticks to everything. And it comes off in teeny tiny pieces that you can save and use later down the road. But just keep in mind that that's what's going to happen, okay? Where this, it all stays one until you rub it off. So I kind of like this better. The other is just as pretty. They both kind of give you the same outcome. Neither one of them looks any different. It just is going to depend on how you want to apply it, okay? And I've got a couple of things here that we can apply it to. This glue, please read the directions on the back of it, and it does have a warning. It says don't breathe or spray mist for a long period of time, for a prolonged period of time. To me, it doesn't smell at all, okay? Doesn't have any odor to it at all. And then also it says to wash your hands after you get through using it, okay? Don't eat and don't smoke and don't drink while you're using it, and wash your hands, okay? It is a water-based product, so you can wash up with soap and water, wash your paintbrush out with soap and water. But with that being said, we're going to take this, and I have a plain clear vase, and I've put some paper on the inside so you can see what I'm doing, okay? And we have a couple of seashells over here that I want to touch up with some gold. Might put them on a picture frame. And speaking of picture frame, I have this little frame, and it was that color, okay? And it had a picture in it of my mom and her husband on the beach, and I thought, well, that would be really pretty. We'll paint it this color, and I'll touch it up with the gold to go with the sunset. It would be prettier colors than what this black thing was. So that was what we're going to do, and I'm going to turn the camera down so you can see how to apply this. It is a lot of fun, and it can take just a little bit and something that's just ordinary, turn it into a really pretty piece. Your little, what do they call it? The Mod Podge little boxes and stuff like that. Those are a lot of fun to touch up. Any of your wooden crafts that have some detail, because usually the detail turns out a lot prettier than just something that's plain. Now this glue is milky white, and it dries clear. And I was playing with this earlier this morning, and I was like, well, this is a clear vase, and this glue has dried, and I can't see where I put it because it's clear. So get you a magic marker, and where you put the glue, and I'm just going to dip this brush into the glue and kind of put it, let's see, kind of here and there. It has kind of a spiral design to it, so I'm going to follow that and come up here. You don't have to get it real thick, just to where you can see it. You might not be able to see it considering I've got the paper on it. But what I'm going to do, and we'll put one here, is I have a gold marker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to circle the area where I put the glue. So that way I know where the glue is. And don't worry about the marker. You can take some alcohol, rubbing alcohol, and get the marker off, okay? So there we go. That's where our glue is. And we'll set this to the side so it'll have a few minutes to dry. It dries clear. So we'll put that right there. And if you have something that's porous, you'll need to base coat it. If you don't base coat it, you'll need to put several coats of this glue on it because it will soak in, okay? Just keep that in mind. Like the seashell, I don't want to paint the seashell a color. I could paint it white, but then again, it would probably take away from the areas. You know, I want the natural looking stuff on it. So I've already coated this a couple times with the glue, and you can see that it does have a hint of gold in it. I test spotted an area, and when I put the rest of the gold in here, that's going to look really pretty. And keep in mind, you know, it's available in a rose gold, silver, and copper. So we're going to put that right there. And on the picture frame, I'm just kind of gonna like hit and miss, and keep in mind where I put this this glue, right? Let's see. But this will give you an idea of what you can do. Maybe let's touch a leaf. Let's see what that does. Hope everybody's doing well today. Got a few ideas for Fluid Art Thursday. Hope you can tune in and watch the show. Let's see. The bottle directions say that it dries this glue in about 60 minutes. Well, I didn't have that much. I didn't have to wait that long. I mean, it was like 5 minutes and it was dry. So if you're impatient and you want it to hurry up and dry, take the blow dryer to it, okay? Well, let's start there. And what I'm doing here is some of it is like puddling, and I don't want it to puddle. So I'm going back and I'm thinning out the areas that's puddling. Let's see how that looks. You can always add more. Hey, Wanda, thanks for joining today. We're doing a little bit of gold leafing. And let's see if any of this is dry. Yeah, it's starting to dry. Just a couple of areas that is still wet a little bit. So this gold leaf comes like this. And this is, there it is. I was trying to find the beginning of it. You see it's dull on one side and it's shiny on the other side. Believe it or not, this side is what you put facing you when you go to apply it. So you're rubbing the gold off this part here, okay? We're going to cut a strip. And for these lines over here, they're not very wide, so that's why I cut just a small skinny strip. And there's a pretty good bit on here. There's at least 2.5 feet of this on here. So you could do quite a few projects. Another little tip for when you're doing this, the rubbing part, if you have like a foam brush or an eraser, something like this, and this will give me the harder area. I can rub with this side and I can rub with this side, okay? You can also use an eraser on the back side of a spoon for burnishing, okay? I think we're just about dry over here. One little area that's puddled. I'm going to wipe that off on that one. It's puddled here. And it's puddled up here. The long strip's just about dry. Okay. So I'm going to touch it. That way I can feel it. Okay, we have an area right here. Right here. And I'm going to place this here. Oops. It is so thin and so delicate. Oops. Okay. And we'll take the foam brush and sweep it up. Then, I think that's as far as the glue goes. I'm going to rub it. And feel it. Make sure I don't have any little crimps. You can use the back of your fingernail or your fingernail too. All right. And just pull it off. And you see this, I could have made it more solid by rubbing all the areas. It was kind of difficult for me to see at this angle, but I kind of like that. You know, it's kind of abstract, and it doesn't have to be perfect. This little vase, I've already done some. I tried it this morning, and just to see what kind of look I would get. And let's go for this one. So that worked too. We're going to move on along. I wouldn't do this on any dishware that you're going to eat out of, okay? This is just strictly decorative usage here. Let's see. I think I missed the glue. I'm trying to be thrifty here and use all of the gold on this sheet of paper. There we go. Hey, Pam. So glad you joined us. How's your weather out there today? We have sunshine and rain, little showers, April showers today. So that worked pretty good too. And I'll get these gold marker off. Now we're going to have to cut. I can use this for down here, so that won't go to waste. And let's see, we'll cut one more for the large, long line of glue. We're doing gold leafing. Have you ever done any gold leafing? Anybody out there? Okay. Starts about right here. There. Ooh, I thought we were going to be short. But it straightened. It went all the way, the whole length. So that's good. This little craft is real good for taking simple objects and giving them a little bit of a personality by embellishing them. And as you see, it doesn't have to stay on here very long. Just make sure that you rub everywhere the glue is so your gold will stick to it. So let's see, we've got a little bit. You can see what I did this morning. Just playing around with it. And that'll be real pretty with some flowers in it. Maybe some colored rocks or something. I'll finish that later. But so we have that. Let's go to our seashell and move this out of the way. Yeah, that glue's dry. If you had a really big shell, that would be nice. And I really just want the highlighted area of the shell. I don't want to get into the creases. Might need some more gold. Some paper with some gold. And I'm just taking my thumbnail. Let's see what this does. Because of the shell being so rough, the texture is rough, it's not smooth. So it's not really giving us a predominant gold stripe, okay? It's kind of a small texture. Maybe I can get in here with my thumb. If you had a shell that was a little bit smoother. But experiment with it and see what happens. I'm not sure if this will show up on the camera, but hold it still so it can. That's just a little thing you can do. let's take the frame, and we have, let's get some new gold. Okay. And you have to feel for it because you can't see it once it's dry. And I think there was some over here. Yep. So while it's here, well, that turned out to where it's just little bits and pieces. I'm going to move this and put it on top of here. All these bright colors, right? There. Let's see. There's some more of it right here. I'll hold it up to the camera in just a second. I want to get quite a bit of gold on here so you'll be able to see it. But it's adding just enough interest to the gold, to the metal frame. You know, I don't want it to be gaudy, but just a touch of gold here and there. Let's see. Okay, well, thanks for tuning in. Naps are important at any age. I wouldn't quite dry yet. Some of this stuff is kind of difficult to find, the gold leafing. So if you live in an area, you know, kind of a remote area, I would just Google it and see where it's available. You could do large mirrors, mirror frames, pick you up some frames from the Dollar Tree. I don't know if you can see if I can hit it with the light just right. And it's sticking just there we go. But you could play with this and put on as much gold as you wanted to. And more glue to give it more shine, gold. Let's see, there's some area up here. But it's really just that simple. Very, very simple. And let's see. I appreciate everybody tuning in. We have an April special on the Fluid Art Convention being held in Orlando the end of August for the month of April. Go check it out on our website, www.pouringartist.com. You can also reserve a room and get a discount for that. Okay, so there's a lot of good things going on this month for the Pouring Artist Convention. And I think this is going to be my favorite of the 3 objects that I did today. I'm going to continue doing it after the show and dress it up a little bit. Thanks everybody for tuning in today. Really appreciate it. And pass it on for me. Share it, like it, and I will see you Thursday. Hugs, everybody. Bye-bye. Hi, Shiro. Oh, I just saw you. You just came on. We did some gold leafing today on plain objects to make them embellished and pretty. So thanks for coming in, and catch the replay. I'm going to finish this and do the embellishing, and I'll post a picture of it later this afternoon. So thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.